topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Connected Table Live. We're your hosts, Melanie Young and David Ransom, your insatiably curious culinary couple. We travel the world to bring you the finest in wine, food, spirits, and hospitality, hoping that you'll explore with us and step out of your comfort zone to have an adventure. We try to do that here on the Connected Table Live. You can see all our shows on the Connected Table Live TV on YouTube, which you're watching now with Talk4 Media, and you can hear our podcasts on more than 65 channels. Follow us at The Connected Table, and we're going to take you away to Italy. To where, David?
We're going to the region of Emilia-Romagna.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking about Lambrusco today.
We've been doing a series on Lambrusco. Thanks to the Consortio Lambrusco, we were able to visit several wineries and go for the first time to this region. So we have, I think, 2 more shows on this, including today's. And each producer is unique based on where their winery is located because it's all terroir-driven wines. But there is a connecting element to many of the producers we met. 3 of the producers we met are celebrating 100 years or close to, including our guest today. We're speaking with Andrea Bertolani, who is the 4th generation of family-run Alfredo Bertolani, a winery founded by Alfredo Bertolani on April 27th, 1925. So 2025 is their centennial, and they have been celebrating in a very big way, which we're going to talk about. The region where Alfredo Bertolani is located is very specific. And we tasted, I think, one of 2 places where we tasted the Spergola grape variety, wines made from the Spergola grape variety, which we learned the family has been very involved in pioneering and establishing a very specific DOC to protect this unique local ancient white grape variety. First, we're going to show you, to get you really excited, a little beauty video of Bertolani Winery. So we're going to ask our engineer, Juan, to load it up. Enjoy.
L'azienda Bertolani nasce nel 1925, incastonata tra le colline di Scandiano. È un'azienda familiare, siamo attualmente alla 4ª generazione. Nel 2008 abbiamo realizzato la nuova sede con criteri di basso impatto ambientale ed è una attenzione all'ambiente che abbiamo portato anche in cantina. Siamo certificati ISO 14001 proprio per la gestione ambientale e di integrazione nel territorio. I terreni sono terreni di origine alluvionale, quindi in buona parte calcarei sassosi. Le nostre uve sono sui terreni collinari che circondano Scandiano, sono tutte chilometro zero. Il vino che si fa da sempre è il Bianco di Scandiano, che è ottenuto dall'uva Spergola, un'uva autoctona del nostro territorio, oltre ovviamente ai Lambruschi, uva Salamino, uva Grasparossa, uva Marani, uva Montericco, uva Ancellotta, che è l'uva più scura e che dà più colore e più corpo ai nostri Lambruschi. Veniteci a trovare, vi faremo vedere.
Wow, wasn't that beautiful?
Yeah, gorgeous.
Oh, and welcome, Andrea Bertolani. That was beautiful. Thank you for providing.
Hello, Melanie and David. Thanks for inviting us at your show.
We're happy to have you here, and we so much enjoyed visiting with you when we were in the region of Emilia-Romagna. And your winery is actually located in the Reggio Emilia area,
right,
in Scandiano, which is a very historic region for producing these wines.
Tell us about it.
Starting from, I think, our founder, Alfredo. He was born in 1882 in a small village 5 kilometers from here. He was the 3rd or 4th son of 6 sons. His father was a transporter with a carriage and a horse. Alfredo loved a lot the horses. And his mother was a housewife. The Bertolani family moved in 1999 to Scandiano, the actual small town where we are. And then Alfredo, we've been told that was a very brilliant person with an attitude to business. He was fond, of course, of wines, literature, and had a strong character that permitted to run some kind of businesses before starting, of course, the main wine with his winery.
Well, we understand that he was a very successful grape broker before starting the winery, and the family was very involved in creating the DOC to protect the Spergola grape. Correct me if I'm wrong. What was it about this region? First of all, let's talk about the Scandiano region itself. The video mentioned it a little bit, but talk to us about its unique terroir and what grows there and why it's important to distinguish in terms of the wine characteristics of the wine you produce.
Yeah. The Scandiano area is the fulcrum of the DOC College Scandiano and Canossa, which is a very important DOC because it is the first one in Emilia-Romagna, born in 1976. And our grandfather Vincenzo was one of the main promoters of this DOC. There are traces in the 13th century about the Spergola, and we think that was grown also before the 10th century. It's a long story, interesting story. Why people so long grown Spergola here? Because the terroir is very rich. We have chalks, gypsum, and clay. So the wines that came out are very sapid and they have a natural acidity. They are long-lasting wines in mouth. They have wonderful bouquet. So the white wines, but also the Lambruscos, are very with a strong identity and very organic, organoleptic characteristics for what they are so known.
So a really basic question for because many of our fans may not have been to Emilia-Romagna and they may know Lambrusco. What distinguishes a wine to be a Lambrusco wine versus the Spumante you make that's a Spergola wine? What are the regulations?
So first of all, Spergola is only white wine, so it can be made in a still, sparkling, spumante, and classical method. And Lambrusco, of course, is a red wine. Lambrusco is a cuvée of different kind of Lambrusco. Lambrusco is a family of different Lambrusco, just like Salamino, Marani, Ancellotta, Maestri, Montericco. So I think the terroir is giving goods to both the wines. What distinguishes the Lambrusco from Spergola is the different zone of production, because Spergola has a larger zone of production that is between two rivers, one near Modena and one near Parma. And Lambrusco is a smaller zone, which is almost the entire zone of the city of Reggio Emilia. So first of all is the dimension of the production. Also, of course, the organoleptic characteristics are different. The production is different because Spergola needs to be pressed, not undergoing an hard procedure to be harvested. And the main, of course, is the cuvée. The Lambrusco is from different kind of Lambrusco, but the growing of the grapes is quite similar.
So for our list, Lambrusco is a region, but it's also a grape and a style of wine. And there's specific grapes that go into making Lambrusco, which can go from, and it is a red wine, but it can go from a very pale rosé and very, very almost pale yellow pink to deep dark red, juicy Grasparosa. So it's quite a range. The Spergola, for I think both of us, it was the first time we tasted it, and we had tasted it at two different wineries. Obviously, we love, and we brought back a bottle of your Spergolino, which is we have the empty bottle right here. It is a bestseller.
We've already enjoyed it.
Yeah, we've already enjoyed it. We did it with a dinner, and it's a dry, sparkling white, very crisp, and it's got that green apple but almond character, and it's in the Charmat method, correct?
Yeah, it is. It's the bestseller label of the winery. It was born in the 19th, thanks to my father, who was very fond of Spergola. At the time, Spergola was not so known. So he dreamed about and said, okay, Spergola in the next years will be very famous, will be very appreciated. And then he registered this name, Spergolino, which is registered these days. And just as you said, it's a very fresh wine, it's strong personality. It's this wonderful bouquet. It's useful and it's okay for aperitifs, for full meal, for toasting. Everybody loves Spergolino here.
I think it's a great aperitivo wine, and it's also got like a low. All the wines have a low alcohol by volume. I think it's 11%. So it's very appealing for that reason, which is why it's such a terrific aperitivo wine or a first course. And what is this? Why is it called? I read somewhere it was called Spergola because it's the shape like a fan, but my Italian's not great. Maybe you can tell us what the story is behind the name Spergola and if it is related to other grapes varieties.
Spergola is Spergola comes from the adjective spargolo, which is and with wings. It has a particular shape, the grape, with a form that reminds an angel with two wings. And then this is mainly the origin, and this comes also from the Latin words in the past. In Spain, this was called also Pomoria or Spergolina. So also in the old writings in Latin or from also French, because also the French came to Scandiano to see the Spergola, because a lot of people talked about this particular wine from Scandiano, Matilde di Canossa, and the King Henrik from Germany. It's a very long, interesting story that join us with this kind of grape, and also with Lambrusco, of course.
Very interesting.
It is.
And for anyone, if you can find a bottle of Spergolino or Spergola, it's a wonderful wine to try and a terrific discovery for us. Andrea, you mentioned your grandfather, Vincenzo, and your father, Giancarlo, both of whom did a lot to modernize, because back in 1927, Alfredo Bertolani established a winery was making wine, but many things were different then. And then, of course, Italy suffered through world wars. And tell us about what your grandfather and father achieved and some of the advancements they made.
Of course, in the starting, 1927, all was very rustic and poor. My great-grandfather, Alfredo, was without money, so it was very hard. His son, Vincenzo, was the one that made bigger the sales department. He was very nice in talking. He was a welcoming person. So he started selling wine, not also in Scandiano, but also in Modena and Parma. So mainly Vincenzo was the one that grow the sales of the wine. And Giancarlo, my father, established a strong technological innovation, just like the autoclave, the pressure tanks, the bottling and sterile method, the filtering, and then he stopped the pasteurization of the wine, just like it is made for the milk. So stopping the pasteurization made the wines last not only 6 months, but at least 2 years. And all the organoleptic characteristic didn't die in a short time. So everybody thinks Lambrusco is a wine that must be drink in short time, but with the actual technologies can last at least 2-3 years. It depends. We have Grasparossas from the 2008 they are very, very, very good. So change our mind with Lambrusco.
We actually tried, I think it was the 2008 Lambrusco with you when we were with you at the winery. You opened a bottle of that much older Grasparossa Lambrusco, and it was actually quite nice. Yeah, obviously it had aged and softened over the years, and
definitely it softened.
But it was, it was still a solid wine, and that's a testament to that grape and the acidity that grape has. Yeah.
So just really, from what I gathered, and the website has some wonderful photos. It's Bertolani Alfredo .it. David's got it over there. It's got some great photos. So basically, you developed technology to create a more sterile bottling system, which to eliminate oxidation, and also more automation, which is important for efficiencies. And then in 2023, Cantina Bertolani attained organic certification. Why was that important to you?
Yeah, that was very important. We've been organic in technical data since almost 10 years. And then we got the certification, but in fact, we were also organic before. We have a lot of attention in working with wines. We work in all inox technology. We sterilize with steam. So organic was the end of the journey for us. And also because we are working with a lot of small growers, small wineries that take their wine here, and we make all the processes, the fermentation, the bottling. So we are also certified for environment 14N1. We are one of the few wineries that are certified in the area. So for us, it's very important. Our wines are vegan because we don't use any animal components or treatment. So our importer from Germany asked for us, and then we said yes, our wines are vegan, so full organic.
Are you finding that's an important? We know how difficult it is and laborious and bureaucratic to get organic certification. Are you finding that the certified organic and the vegan are unique selling points here in the United States, where we do want to note Regal Wine Imports brings in Bertolani wines, and we hear New Orleans is a big market. Is that a big selling point? And do you think it's becoming more important as new generations look at wine?
Yeah, sure. The certification in environment and organic is important, also for the new generation, and yes, of course, for Regal, and we have also other two importers, and also this one, the organic certification underlines the fact of using very, very low sulfites, so our clients don't have any stomach problems. People come here and say, I got stomach ache, I got some other diseases, but drinking your wine is not a problem. We can drink one bottle and have no problem. So yes, of course, Regal appreciate. And also there is the fact of our wines are low alcohol. So this wine together, this aspect together with the organic is a good selling point, of course.
Well, this is a great segue to talk about the wines. I kind of think, David, we should start with, just for the, make sure we have the time, to mention right now, before we go into the wines we tasted, that this again is the 100th anniversary of the founding of Bertolani Winery. And for that, you've done a lot of parties. You can see some photos on the website, but you've also released a limited edition wine.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. Only 2,025 bottles are made and they're numbered. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's called Cento. That is the Italian word for 100. This is the first classical method Lambrusco we have ever made. And so it's a 12 month on the lease, and is made mostly from Grappa Rossa and other characteristic small kind of wines from Reggio Emilia. And we decided to make a new adventure for the century and make the first classical method red wine, which is appreciated. We are proud of it. It's almost zero in sugar, 0 point in sugar. Is a strong, it's tannic, and it's a real Lambrusco with strong personality. And we decided to make us this gift and this experience. And who knows, maybe in the next year we will start to make Lambrusco classical method. They are quite Lambrusco classical method. It's a kind of wine that's very difficult to make.
Very.
Quite.
Yeah. And this is the vintage is the release date is this 2025. The vintage itself is 2023. And because it is a classic method, that's a big development because most of your wines are Charmat, correct?
Yeah. We make 2 classical methods in white from Spergola and 1 classical method from red grapes, which is the Cento. And yes, if you want, I can tell what we do. We have done for the century and the parties. So we can also make 2 words about that if you want.
Well, milestones. Are you doing anything other than this special cuvée and the parties? Are you doing anything else maybe here in the United States, for example?
No. We are planning a tour with our importers and making some strategies together in the social media, something like that. No, at the moment, the Cento is for Italian market. And,
so we have to tell everybody go to Italy and visit Bertolani, which you can do to try the Cento.
Next year, beginning of next year, we will start with e-commerce, but also in Europe, of course. And then for the century, we have settled down a vineyard around the winery, 1 hectare, and then we are making a book with the story of the
Very
winery.
nice.
So maybe there are also some ideas and not so well built yet. Let's see.
Well, let's talk about some of the other wines that are available in the United States. You work with your brother, Nicola, who's the winemaker, and your sister, Elena, correct?
Yeah. I'm in charge of I'm the commercial director for Italy and abroad, marketing manager, and also I talk with all the institution, regional or national, for the promotion. There's an authority that's called Enoteca Emilia Romagna, which is in charge of promoting all the Emilia Romagna wines. I was in the CDA of this organization, and my brother is the winemaker, and my sister is in charge of following the certifications, but he's really actually a teacher for small children. So half the day is teaching, and the other half is with us.
So let's talk about the wines.
Yes.
I'm looking over at David's notes on his screen.
So the first wine that we tried with you was the Spergolino,
which we referenced, right?
Which is made from 100% Spergola, your local grape variety. And you know what I love about this wine is that he alluded to it a little bit as he was describing the region, but there's a vein of chalk that runs through the soils of that region. It really gives these wines a great sapidity, a great salinity, and beautiful acidity as well. And the Spergola and Spergolino are a great
if you want a really
example of
crisp, dry, sparkling wine that pops on your palate. Spergolina delivers.
And it's actually a DOC, as they say, Colli di Scandiano e di Canossa DOC wine.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, it's a long word.
Yeah.
Worth 5 of them. It's crisp, it's dry, it's got little white flour, peach, and apples in it. It's got lovely flavors to it. It's really just a delightful aperitivo style sparkling wine.
Shorter, at least 1.5 months on lees. And it's their bestseller, so it's available in the United States.
We have in the United States a little importer from Maine, I think, which is called Impero Wines, who has the Spergolino. And then we have Regal Wines from New Jersey, which is the national importer. It carries the Rosé, the Rosato wine, Rossa L'Antica, and Dolcefiore. Rossa L'Antica is a dry and strong Lambrusco, and Dolcefiore, which is a sweet Lambrusco. And then we have an importer in California, which has Lambrusco Oro. I think you tasted Lambrusco Oro. You tasted.
Well, we did. So moving right along, we tasted a rosé.
Well, they also make a
Spergola Metodo Classico.
Metodo Classico version of Spergola as well.
So one is Charmat, one is Metodo Classico.
Quite a lot.
The Charmat, it's 2 months wine making, and of course Metodo Classico starting from 24 months to 36 or 40.
So you're going to get a smoother, soft mousse. And it's much more complex, a little more softer fruits, right?
Well, and the 2021 vintage, which is what we tried, was 22 months on the lees as well. So it's got a lot more complexity to it, etc.
Softness, very nice wine. Lovely wine. We liked it a lot.
Thank you. This wine has got some rewards here in Italy. It's a very good seller also, this one. Just not like the Spergolino, but Spergolino is more easy at the drinking. Metodo Classico is for passionate or something like that.
And then we did taste your rosé. It's a Lambrusco Rosato Secco, a blend of Salamino and Marani grapes. So that in the region, there are very specific indigenous grapes used to make Lambrusco.
Rosé is also a bestseller in the winery because it's very delicate, fresh. It's a very charming bouquet. Yes, Salamino and Marani, the cuvée, these are two Lambrusco very typical from Reggio Emilia. Mainly Salamino. Salamino is grown here since a long time. And Salamino gives the body, and Marani gives all the freshness and the bouquet. Typically, this is the main region for this cuvée.
Wonderful notes of strawberry and little salinity.
Yeah. I noticed it had a strong salinity to it.
Probably from that chalky soil.
Yeah, exactly. But delightful wine.
Delightful.
Also, 90 points from James Suckling, and also in CSVVC in London. It's a good placement. It's a very, very nice wine. We like a lot. The rosé.
So a sparkling rosé for anyone who's looking. That's a terrific wine from Bertolani.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
And then we talked about the Cento, the Lambrusco Oro. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, Lambrusco Oro is the best-selling Lambrusco label, just because it's very balanced. It's a cuvée from Salamino and Malbo Gentile. Salamino, as we talked before, is a very bodied grape, and Malbo Gentile is also a grape from Reggio Emilia from a very long time. It's a red, this time is a red, dark red grape, which has a very nice scent of prune, blueberry. So it gives the wine not so tannic complexity than about Rosso L'Antica, some other wines. So it's a more international, let's say, wine. We sell a lot of Lambrusco Oro in Canada. They love Lambrusco Oro. Lambrusco Oro is not dry, not semi-sec, not semi-sweet. It's the right balance, about 10 grams per liter of residual sugar. So it's very, very enjoyable also for people that are not so used in dry and strong Lambrusco. So it's a general and universal, just to say, Lambrusco.
How would you pair it? How do you enjoy it with Lambrusco Oro with food?
Oh, but yes, we can pair also with the roasted meat, with the third courses, homemade pasta, but also with some roast, oven meat cooked in the oven, also grilled, so some sausages, spice, not spice, cheese, blue cheese, some blue cheese, not so strong, and whatever you want. Also, maybe chicken very sapid or something like that. It's a quite universal wine, of course, not fish, of course.
I could see it with, here in the United States, everybody likes spicier foods and picante foods, barbecue, and a lot of range of foods like that here in the United States. It's very popular, and
yeah, of course,
particularly in the South.
Smoked meat, sausages, yeah, it's very, very good. Also, because as we said before, also with the low alcohol, so you can drink also 2 or 3 glasses with no problem.
Right.
Of course, barbecue is the best with this kind of wines.
We've been saying that to everybody, that barbecue and roasted sausages and some of the Cajun food that we're getting here in Louisiana, where we live now, it's amazing with these styles of Lambrusco wines. Just incredible.
We actually had a bottle of the Oro when we went out to lunch in town while we were there.
Yeah, we loved it. Yeah. What we like about these wines, besides they have incredible acidity and refreshing on the palate, and they just pop, and they pair so beautifully with food, is they're lower in alcohol, so you can enjoy it for lunch if you don't want to have anything that's too higher in ABV. And a lot of people are thinking about that. It's very important because you want to enjoy wine responsibly and really well, but you don't want that wine headache as you head back to whatever you're doing for the rest of the day.
And they all have a built-in acidity, which is just wonderful. Yeah, that really could help keep the palate fresh as you move along.
So, are you? What you are looking to for the future for Bertolani now that you've passed this milestone?
Yeah, we hope to go on to be some representative winery for the territory. We are committed to make typical wines from typical grapes, not so changing the cuvée or something like that. We hope to start receiving the students in the vineyard and explain all the winemaking. And why not maybe create a center for studying this Lambrusco and Spergola. Who knows? We are open to everything. Just let's see also our nephew and sons, what they want to do. So we are happy. We built a very, very nice team. We toast the birthday. We make aperitivo. So it's a very, very good and young team. So it's open to all the kind of adventures, new adventures for new center.
That's wonderful. Speaking of adventures, what hospitality offerings do you provide to people who want to visit Bertolani?
Yeah, we make a tour in the winery and wine tasting, a tour in the vineyard. We are not, we don't have any room for staying, but we have a friend near here who has a very, very nice agriturismo and a little hotel in the hills. So there are a lot to see, castles from medieval age, Parmigiano Reggiano, balsamic vinegar. So if you came here to Bertolani, then you can also see and taste a lot of specialty from the food valley. So it's called Emilia Romagna.
The closest town, we stayed in Modena. Is there another close town besides Modena?
Yeah, Modena is east of Scandiano. Reggio Emilia is famous for the food, also for the Ferrari.
Yes.
Yeah,
we did visit the Ferrari Museum.
Ferrari Museum, Enzo Ferrari, and Luciano Pavarotti, and Enzo Ferrari.
Yeah, it's a story. It's not a story. This is a real thing. In the 70s, my grandfather Vincenzo started to give the wine in the ristorante of the Ferrari Corse. That's called the Cavallino. And then also 20 or 30 years later, I made my client the Pavarotti restaurant also in Modena. So Ferrari and Pavarotti are the stars of Modena. And we have also the two restaurants. They are our clients. So we are happy.
Modena is a terrific
It's
town.
A wonderful city.
Really wonderful.
Yeah.
So one last little, we love discovering things about the people we meet. And we discovered something really special about you that we want to mention before we close up. You, Andrea, are a musician.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us more.
Yeah, it's something we say to very, very few people, because that's not wine, but it's the other big love of our lives, wine and music. I'm a musician, guitar player from since I was 14-year-old, and at the age of 18, I created the first band. In 1990, when I was 20-year-old, I created the actual band, that's today, which is called Wild Junkers. We love the American music, so we make tunes from Bruce Springsteen, John Mellencamp, Tom Petty, and we have the rehearsal room here in the winery among all the tanks. And we play in nighttime, and we made some CD, and we play venues here around. So we have good time, and together with wine and music. That's our business.
They're a good combination.
There are. So it's also a celebrated winery, but you're a music celebrity.
It kind of gave it away a little bit when we walked into the tasting room, and there was a poster of Jazz Fest in New Orleans on your wall.
And we were like, wow, what's that all about?
Yeah, because we had a client came here, which is in love very, very with Emilia Romagna. He thinks when retired to came and live here in Emilia Romagna, so he sent us this poster. And then also Louisiana, where you live, is one of the main state in USA where our wines are drinked. So I think Louisiana is the best one in buying Lambrusco from Bertolani.
Well, that makes us happy.
Yes.
We'll have to do a Lambrusco event here in New Orleans at some point. Well, Andrea Bertolani, it's been so nice to talk to you. Congratulations again to you and your family on celebrating this milestone centennial year. Your great-great-grandfather, Alfredo Bertolani, was a visionary, and he saw the future at a time when, gosh, I can only imagine what Italy was like then. And look how far you've come since then, and where you're heading is very exciting.
Thank you. Forgive my English because I don't speak English so much.
You've done very well.
You've done very well.
No, you're very kind, but it's not true. Okay.
Well,
thanks, Melanie and David, for your invitation. It's been a pleasure. I hope to see you again here in Emilia Romagna.
Well, we can't wait to come back. And for all of you who are following this, you can learn more by going to the Alfredo Bertolani website, which is bertolanialfredo.it. And there's a lot there.
Yeah,
and of course,
it's a very
thorough
website.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We encourage you to go out and ask for the Bertolani wines where you live.
And they're widely available in the US as well. So it's, they're not hard to find, and which I think we should go do.
Yeah. So, and most importantly, we encourage everyone to eat, drink, explore, and be inspired. And we hope we inspire all of you to consider visiting Emilia Romagna and the beautiful region around Modena to learn about Lambrusco and taste it and meet these incredible people who are bringing a special wine only made in this area to the world. And we want to bring the world to you. So we want to thank everyone for joining us at our table, the Connected Table. As always, we like to say, stay insatiably curious. Grazie.